And finally, after weeks of anticipation, we are now down to the final event. We'll be hosting a game of curling where two teams compete in one end of curling in a single elimination tournament. The team that scores the most points moves on to the next round. We will start every round with a coin flip that determines who goes first. In the game of curling, it's actually beneficial to go last instead of first. Before we begin, let's have one last look at the overall standings. Keep in mind that each point that is scored in this event is worth 10 points. Today will certainly either make or break a chance at that Winter Games Championship. The brackets are now set, so let's get this event underway. And kicking us off is South Korea versus Team Russia Netherlands. And now for the coin flip. South Korea's heads and Russia is tails. We'll be using a Canadian dollar in all the coin flips in this event. And what do we got here? We got tails. So South Korea will be starting first and Russia will be starting second. South Korea is now up on the track. Going down those pegs. Down the lane. And just shy above that blue circle. Let's see how Russia does in their first play. And they're off. Going down the center of that lane. Cutting a little bit to the left. And also just outside that blue circle. It's a tight one so far. Let's see what South Korea does on their second rock. Down the lane on the left-hand side. Ooh, just knocking out Russia, using him as an advantage to get just inside of that blue circle. Now we have Russia. Ooh, and a nice play there, knocking South Korea out of the house. Now we got South Korea's third rock. Down that lane. And it looks like this one's just going to cut short, folks. I don't think that rock's going to be useful unless Russia slams into it. And Russia was smart enough to avoid that rock, but that one still came short. Let's see what South Korea does in their last rock. Down that center lane. Ooh, just barely passes the center. South Korea, though, has two rocks closer to Russia, so far they'll get 2 points. But let's see if Russia can steal a point away. And no, they don't. Looks like South Korea will be walking away with this win with 2-0. So far, South Korea has earned 20 points in this tournament. Let's not waste any time and move on to our second match. On the podium, we have Finland, Malaysia, and Team Canada, Indonesia. Now for the coin flip. Finland is heads and Canada's tails. And we got heads. Canada will be starting first and Finland will be starting second. First up, we have Team Canada on the track. There he goes down those pegs. Down the lane. And just coming in on that blue circle. Let's see what Finland, Malaysia has to offer. Also down that left lane. Ooh, I thought he was going to be Canada there, but he just comes outside of the house. Now Canada's playing their second rock. They go down that lane. Oh, just a bit too fast. And it looks like Canada's rock will have to be disqualified. Now it's Finland's turn. Let's see what they have up their sleeves. Down that lane, coming in at the right side. And that was a well-executed hit, putting him in the center of that blue and red ring. Now Team Canada's up. Down those pegs. Through the lane. And just coming in short of Finland's rock. Just coming in right behind them. Now Finland's playing theirs. Down that lane. And it passes the center and goes into that blue ring. Man, Finland had a perfect opportunity there. I don't know what the sweepers were about, though. Now Canada playing their last rock. And just like their last rock, they come barely close of that blue ring. And last but not least, we have Finland. Taking it slow down those pegs. Goes down the lane on the far left. Looks like that wasn't a good strategy at all, as he just comes outside of the house. And Finland takes this tight win, 1-0 against Canada. Coming in at match 3, we have Team Norway, India versus Team Sweden, Ireland. Let's see who takes this round. Now for the coin toss, Norway's heads while Sweden is tails. And it's another heads, folks. Sweden will be starting first and Norway will be starting second. First up, we have Sweden. There they go. They release their first rock down the pegs. Comes in at the far right. Ooh, and a nice hit, putting him just outside of that blue ring. Now we have Norway up. Also coming in at the far right. Ooh, that was certainly a risky move on Norway's part, allowing Sweden to get closer to that center. Things aren't looking good so far for Norway. Now Sweden's going down. Coming in at the center, just barely passing the bullseye, and just barely hits the back wall. Thankfully for Sweden though, their rock is still in. Now we have Norway playing their second rock. Down that center, could this be the right hit? No, it's not. He just comes in outside of that red ring. Now we have Sweden. Sweden's still in the lead right now. Ooh, just barely missing their lead rock, and he stumbles upon that other rock, which almost gets them out. Next up we have Norway. Going down those pegs, down the lane. And that one certainly came far too short. Looks like that's going to be a useless rock. Now we got Sweden. And he avoids the blocker, just barely making it into that red ring. And he comes in outside the house. Now Norway playing their last rock. He's going down the middle, almost hits Norway's rock and almost stumbles upon Sweden. And he just comes in outside of Team Sweden's rock. And Team Sweden still keeps the lead at the end with 1-0. Now with match 4, we have Team Switzerland Austria versus Poland and Mexico. Now for the coin flip, Switzerland is heads and Poland's tails. And we've got tails. Switzerland will be starting first and Poland will be starting second. And we got Team Switzerland now on the track with their first rock. Going down those pegs. Down the lane on the left-hand side. Ooh, approaching the center. Well executed hit so far, just outside that blue circle. Poland's now up with their first rock. Down that center lane. And he gives Switzerland a clean hit. And that evens them out just outside that blue circle. And now we have Switzerland up. Taking his time down the pegs. Going down that lane. And a hit just shy of entering the house. Let's see what Poland's got in their second rock. Down that center lane. Ooh, just barely missing both of Switzerland's rocks and almost hits the back. Thankfully though for Poland, it's still in play. Now we have Switzerland. Down that lane. Ooh, will this be the hit? Just outside that red ring. Switzerland was certainly close to getting a bullseye there. Let's see what Poland's going to do about it. Going down the lane on the right-hand side. And somehow they pull it off. Poland's now ahead of Switzerland. I certainly was not expecting that one to happen. Let's see, will Switzerland get this win back? Unbelievable! Switzerland beating out Poland. Wow, folks, the win of this battle is certainly going back to back. Man, guys, let's see if Poland can do anything to fix this. Ooh, just barely missing Switzerland's leading rock. And Switzerland will take the win after the lead was going side to side. Man, guys, that was certainly one good curling game there, especially with marbles. Now with match 5, we have Team USA Kazakhstan versus Team Great Britain Armenia. Here we go, guys. Great Britain is heads and USA's tails. And we got a heads. USA will be starting first and Great Britain will come down second. USA is now up on that track. Starting slow down those pegs. And down the lane on the left side. Ooh, just missing the house there. It seems like coming at the sides isn't really the best strategy. Great Britain now going down. Coming in at the left side. Just in front of the center. That was a nice blocker move right there. Let's see what USA will do against them. Down the lane. Ooh, USA goes head on that other rock. Good thing for USA, that rock is still in play. Now we got Great Britain's second rock. Ooh, knocking out the blocker. And that puts Britain in the lead just outside that blue ring. USA's now up. A lot quicker down the pegs this time. Ooh, and the USA gets a negative move there, allowing Britain to get even closer to that center. Britain's now going down. Down the center lane. And just coming in outside the blue ring in that house. Now we got USA. Their third rock. Let's see what it'll do. Ooh, that one was the closest to Great Britain's lead rock. But it looks like Great Britain has the lead. Let's see if they can pull off one extra point. And no, they can't. That rock just seems to fall short of inside that house. But nonetheless, Great Britain still keeps the lead with 1-0. America is now out of the competition. In match 6 of the first round, we have Team Austria-Vietnam versus France and Spain. Now for the coin flip. France's heads and Austria's tails. And we got another heads here, so it looks like Austria will be starting. Austria is now up in the lane. Ooh, already quick. But it looks like that move was a little too rushed. Although still in play, it's outside of the house. Now we got France. France taking it slow this time. Ooh, and it certainly pays off. Almost going to that center, but it's just outside that blue ring. Not a bad move at all for France. Austria now going down. Coming in at just shy of inside that house on the left side of the lane. Now we got France, their second rock. And their rock takes a veer to the right, and France just barely makes it inside that house there. Now we got Austria. Ooh, Austria's really quick this round, but will it pay off? No, it doesn't. Austria certainly allowed France to get even closer to the center there. Now we have France going down those pegs. Down the center. And what another negative move they made there. Man, France is certainly helping Austria here. Now Austria with their third rock. Down that lane. And what a nice, no, not a nice move at all. Austria just barely helped out France there, letting them get inside that house. Now we got France. The last rock of this round. And he also barely makes it inside that blue ring. And France still keeps the lead despite all those foul plays, but only winning by 1-0. Match 7, we have Team Slovakia, Bulgaria, and Japan, Iceland. You guys know what's coming now, the infamous coin flip. Japan is heads and Slovakia is tails. And we got heads. Slovakia will be going first, followed by Japan. Slovakia is now ready on that lane. Let's see what they got. Down that center. Just coming in inside the house, making that nice maneuver there to keep inside. Now we got Japan, Iceland. Down the lane, coming in just at the far left. And they make it inside that red ring. Now we got Slovakia's second rock. Coming in at the far right. And also makes it inside that blue ring. Now we got Japan's second rock. I have no idea what's in the lead right now. It's certainly that tight. Ooh, and that's the closest one we've seen inside the red ring. You don't see those that often. Now we got Slovakia. Ooh, he's being aggressive. But a bit too aggressive as he hits the far end. Looks like that rock will have to be disqualified, folks. Now we have Japan's third rock. That was a nice move by Japan. Now Japan has 2 rocks closer to the center than Slovakia. If they were to win right now, they get 2 points. But will Slovakia reverse that though? Ooh, he veers a bit too much to the left. He could have got Japan's rock there. Now we got Japan's last rock coming in. Will they be able to squeeze in a third point? Ooh, it's close, but that rock just comes in on the red ring. But Japan comes in with a solid win of 2-0 against Slovakia. And last but not least, we have Team Germany, Philippines against Team Italy, Vatican City. Let's see who takes that final spot to the next round. Italy's heads and Germany's tails. And we got another heads. Germany will be going first and Italy will be following in second. Now we got Team Germany on the track. Down those pegs, coming in down the center lane. And just barely coming in at the house. Now we got Italy. He's going down those pegs. Down the lane on the far right. And also coming in too short. So far, there's no rock inside the house. Germany coming down now. Down the center lane. And Germany's rock's the closest right now, just outside that blue ring. Now we got Italy up. Approaching Germany's rock. Ooh, just barely touching it. I'm not sure if that hit made a difference in Germany's chances. But this third rock will definitely do. And it doesn't do too much. He also comes in just too short. Now we have Italy's third rock playing. Down those pegs. Down the lane. Close to the center. And he's also just on the edge of that ring, making a veer to the right. Now we got Germany. Ooh, he's coming in hard. He makes a hard hit on Italy. And it looks like that move has certainly helped Italy, putting them closer to that center. Italy's rock now going down. Coming in through the center. Just barely passing the bullseye and outside of the house. And Italy will be taking the final win, just coming in at 2-0. Their rock was just a little bit closer than Germany's. Anyways, folks, here are the current results of today's tournament. Only half of the competitors still have the chance for those gold, silver, and bronze medals. That's it for the first round. Stay tuned for part 2, where the remaining 8 countries duke it out for the top of that podium. Follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more M&H Racing, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a race. We'll see you fans in part 2 of the event. Down that lane. Ooh, coming in at the left-hand side, and he just barely...